Today in Roadcraft, the game wants me to put a road somewhere I've already put it, but it wants it differently. So we're tearing up this whole section of road down to the nub and redoing it, hopefully to smooth, asphalty perfection. So here on Kernel, I got kind of way ahead of the game, paving this entire network of roads, all the way from the North Tunnel here to the logistics terminal to the harbor up here, and even all the way down to actually where these vehicles are right here. Now I'm getting ahead of the game. I should have known this would happen, and having roads from literally every corner of the map to the other corner, I should have known I would get ahead of the game. That's exactly what happened, and I have paved a place where it now wants me to build a road right here. And so here today we have some road fixing to do, because you see, yeah, I honestly didn't consider this would happen, but it has happened. So today we're going to be tearing up this road and fixing it. I've torn up roads to fix a little bit before, but never like this. There was one time, it was on the map Sojourn, I paved a road. In a couple places it was it was just too bumpy. The vehicles were getting stuck, so instead of just re-smoothing it a million times, I tore it down and repaved it. Well, here we're going to be repaving parts of this. We're going to have to reshape the road to fit with this new curve. So that's what we're doing today here. Let me my controller back. Okay, so let's see, right here, and structure build road. Yeah, that's it right there. Okay, first let's head out here and see what it looks like from the ground. Where's my bulldozer? We're gonna need the bulldozer out there. Now, if you've never torn up road, there is a setting on your bulldozer or grader, you know, asphalt destruction mode. That's what we're going to be using to tear up the asphalt. Yeah, it's so nice to have all this paved road. It's been kind of fun just paving here. You know, we're on the final map of Roadcraft, paving the roads before they need to be paved. You know, like paving, you know, anticipating where the routes might run, paving them ahead of time, and then when it asks me to run a route, well, we're literally already set up for it. It's cool for the first time in the game to be ahead of the game. But, well, here, they got their revenge on me. Now, let's see where we're going to be using this guy at. I think the trickiest part is going to be repouring the sand, because I think I'm going to have to... Yeah, see, like right here, if I want to stay in those lines, I'm going to have to pour some more sand kind of on the inside of this to widen the road toward the inside. Alright, so I think right here, in this section here, we should break it up from right where the back of my bulldozer is. Let's see. So some of it counts as finished, some of it counts as... You know, we could just tear the whole thing up. We could tear the entire road up, but, well, there's no need to tear... Okay, this right here is fine. This bit right here is perfectly fine. But we're going to tear up... you know what we're going to do? Let's have a look at this from overhead. We're going to tear up from right... Here, let me get my mouse. I can point better with my mouse. We're going to tear up from right here all the way to here. Instead of doing it in little bits, we're going to tear up this whole section. Because it's on and off in like 4 different states, see? And so we're going to redo all of that. I think that's the best way to do it. The ends are fine. It's just this whole middle half of the road. So right now we are in marching asphalt destruction mode. I think I click it forward once. Oh, no, it should be twice. Sand flattening, asphalt destruction mode. And as soon as I do, I didn't exactly mean to start it right there, but, well, I guess we are. We're starting it right there. Asphalt destruction mode. Does exactly what it says. Are we gonna be able to do this in one pass? Let's go 2 passes to be sure. Yeah, because we're using the better, wider paver. So just to be sure, let's do this in 2 passes here. So we'll go down. Yeah. If we do it in 2 passes, we'll be sure that we get all of it. Tear all this down. We're gonna have to try to widen the road a little bit with the sand. I don't know exactly how that's gonna work. Yeah, like I said before, I've only done this once before, Generally, you try to make the roads good the first time, right? Yeah. But is it not getting right here? The blade was going over it. I might have to come back over this. Let's see. Yeah, the blade lifted up there. Okay, we'll have to come back over that the other way. Yeah, see? Let's see. Can I move the blade up and down? Never tried. Yep, there we go. Okay, so with asphalt mode, you can move the blade up and down. Alright, that's going to be necessary right there. Oh, and there's a few places where it skipped. Alright, cool. So it's not like, yeah, it's not like sand flattening mode. We're going to have to do this manually. So we got to be very careful where we do this. Well, actually, let's not be so careful. Let's just get it done, and then we're going to have to level it off. There's a lot of places where, yeah, there's just a lot of places where it needs to be re-leveled, and probably just, you know what, probably just re-poured. All right, so I've got a lot of it chipped away. I'm going to chip this here a little further back. I've got a lot of progress made. You got to be really careful moving the blade up and down. I've torn up a lot of sand I didn't mean to tear up. So the thing is, we're just going to have to not worry about that and just re-pour a bunch of it. The sand, that is. Yeah, you know. You have to re-pour a bunch of the sand. There we go. I'm just trying to break this up to the point where we wanted it. It's just really doing this. So what we're going to do is, this is making the sand really ripply. So once we're done with this, and it's just all there is to it, because if the blade is not down all the way, it's not going to tear up all the pavement. So what we're going to do, I'm trying to be real careful here, is we're going to come over with the blade on manual and take this sand down, you know, farther, like as far as we can with the blade on manual. Because it'll make it maybe lower, but hopefully flatter, and then we'll re-pour the sand, which we kind of got to do anyway. You know, there's places where we got to re-pour the sand, so I'm using this as careful as I can to just kind of try to tear up this. And if it messes up the sand, well, we're going to re-pour that anyway. All right, getting this torn up, getting this torn up. Whoops. Yeah, trying to keep the blade down. And yeah, so we're not worrying about sand destruction because we're going to put the blade on manual and redo it, re-pour it, whatever is necessary. All right, I think this here is going to be good. So let's put our blade on sand flattening or manual. Not all the pavement's removed. You know what? Let me go back and remove some of this pavement. Let me make sure we got all the pavement removed. Yeah, this well, we got ahead of the game and now we're paying for it. All right, so we got the blade in manual. We're going to back up here. We're going to drop it. We're going to try to get this sand, whatever gets it more even. Whatever gets it more even, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Pretty much going to take the blade down all the way. And I just want to flatten it out. There's a lot of big bumps in there. Or whatever. We just got, basically we got to re-pour it. So, and this is all new territory for me. Basically, I've never had to redo a road completely down to the sand. But this whole road was so basically messed up. Yeah, so basically I just got the blade down all the way. And we're just going to redo this from scratch if we can. Where are we going to? Okay, we're going to up there. But yeah, the Asphalt Destruction mode, just put all these huge bumps and ripples in it. So we're going to tear this down as far as we can. We'll pour sand really gingerly, try to get it decent, and we're going to have to run a few passes with the bulldozer to get it like nice and level. I think everything will be fine. We'll see how this looks. I have a feeling this might look better than I thought it was going to originally. Yeah, I'm getting this feeling this is going to work out okay. I am. You know, right here, let's see, can I push this off to the side, get this off the... You know, it'd be cool if there's a way we could scoop, if you could scoop this. Yeah, like if I could come through with a bucket and just like scoop out excess dirt. That would be a really cool function. But for now, yeah, we're gonna have to just push it off to the side. Or we don't want it. I'm gonna push this a little bit over here. Alright, so we've mostly got like an empty road bed now. Yeah, we mostly got like an empty road bed. That's the most I've ever actually pushed sand. I hardly ever use manual mode on the grader. Now, luckily here, we are in quarry range, so we can fill our truck up automatically. Usually that's the case with the roads, but not always. It actually had us build a road right here. Yeah, right here on the kernel map, there's a road you have to build here, and it's actually, none of it is in quarry range. First time I've seen that, so it's not always a guarantee. Yeah, so yeah, we got this road paved farther than we have to, almost all the way to the radio tower. I might pave it the rest of the way just because... I've liked having more paved roads than I need. However, I might think twice before paving something that, yeah, in this case, they wanted me to pave anyway. I don't know how I would have known that, but I would like to avoid this happening. So maybe I should wait and pave the roads next time. That said, we've got the roads here on Kernel paved, you know, from the northwest to the southwest corner, basically from, you know, like to almost 3 corners of the map. More map will open up, I'm sure, but we've got a good deal of it paved. We have, what I mean is, you know, we've got the basis for a road network here. We've got the basis for a road network now, after all of this paving. Yeah, I got that big dump truck there because that's actually, this right here is the edge of the sand quarry area. So I parked that truck there on the edge to try to kind of extend out a little bit. So yeah, none of this here was none of this here was required to be paved. But I've just been, the theme of this map is I've been overdoing everything, so here we are. Here we are with this beautiful portion of the road paved. And here we are redoing part of it because, yeah. Alright, so we're going to try to... You know, I think we've got the sand pushed low enough that we can kind of just mostly dump it like we normally would. And rely on the bulldozer to, okay, here, let's just start dumping right here. And then we'll dump right here. And we're out. Let's see. Sand here looks mostly good. I'm just going to dump down a little bit, like if that's possible. I'm just going to try to keep it light. Whoops. And yeah, sometimes it gets out of control when your machine starts bucking like that. But we got a real low point here, so here's what we're going to do. Try to pull it out little bits. Let's see, how does this look? This is kind of problematic. I'm hoping we can smooth this out. Yeah, let's get in our bulldozer and see if we can smooth this out some here. Let's just get this out of the way. And alright, let's see what we can do here. And in smoothing it, oh, you know what, I forgot. Yeah, so we got to move it on a new kind of line. I think we'll be good. I think we can push it. Well, see here, the sand's going to go off to the left, so we'll just kind of push it off to the left. We'll see what we can do with that. I'll just keep the blade over here. Yeah, that's fine. Keep the blade hanging off the edge, keep it going off to the left. Just gotta kind of, you know what I mean, center the road on the new line it wants us to go on here. Why is this part green? I don't know, but we're not worried about it. So after that rough, you know, tearing it up so roughly with the asphalt breaker, which I don't know how much I edited out because it took a minute. There were some places where it got really, really rough with the asphalt destruction mode. Okay, right here, got a lot of excess sand here. Well, let's just push it and see where it goes, see what happens with it. Okay, it made a decent... Well, we're going to go back over this a couple times. But yeah, when I was going over it in asphalt destruction mode, it was rodeo rough in a few places, just up and down. Places where it's piled up 3 feet high, and then right next to that, it was down in the water. So we're going to go over this a few times here. I'm going to go over it in the exact same place. I don't like making passes in different areas of the road because that'll make ridges, but we're just going to go back and forth over it, following the same track. And I think it's going to be pretty smooth, just trying to keep the blade focused in the center of the thing here. When we get to the place where we need some more sand on the inside of the curve, I might move the blade up that way just a little bit, but I'm feeling pretty good about this. I was feeling not so good about it. In the asphalt destruction mode, when it was, yeah, just tearing it up, like, I was not as confident then, but I'm a little better now. So here we're going to move the blade to the inside a little bit. Just kind of try to make sure we get this out where they want the road. Although that line will adjust a little bit, I think, as we pour our stuff. I think we'll be good. I think it's actually probably good. Of course, I don't want the road to just work. I want the road to look good, you know? Yeah, I want the road to look good, not just work. Now, our paver is a ways away. Luckily, we have a base right here, so we can call the paver here. Yeah, that's all we're gonna have to do. It's not that far. It's not that bad. We're gonna call the paver back here. And luckily for you guys, I can edit out this painfully slow drive. I'm gonna get it over there where we need it. Distances like this are the worst with the paver because it's not far enough to justify loading it onto a trailer. That would take more time than yeah, that would take even more time to load and unload, but we're just about there. Now, the thing is, because this is a place where they want it, here's what I'm thinking. So here's the thing, guys. I think I was being more careful than I had to be. See, because this is a place where they want the road to be, you know, because this is a place where we are required to build a road, that means that when we finish this, when we complete it to its satisfaction, it will basically auto do the road for us, won't it? Yeah, so, which is almost kind of sad because I was just thinking, man, I think we got it pretty smooth. I think we got it pretty good. But yeah, once we get this all fixed here, all green, it'll just auto finish the road for us and it'll come out looking pretty good. But this is the most that I've ever had to repave and fix a road. So I guess this video serves as an example that no matter how bad your road is, never be afraid to tear it all up completely from scratch and fix it, because look, even without the computer auto completing our road, which it will do once we're done, it looks pretty good. Doesn't it look good? That looks great. It looks really good. In fact, I would say, I mean, I'm going to venture to say it's less ripply than my roads usually are. Maybe putting the grader on normal more, putting it on, manual. Maybe putting the grader blade on manual more wouldn't be the worst idea. Okay, so our roller is not that far away, but we can get it closer by recalling it back here. So we'll just... And the beautiful part about this machine is, yeah, we'll get some extra smoothing done. We'll get some extra smoothing done on our roads on the way out there. Now, normally, whenever I roll my asphalt in Roadcraft, I usually go up, you know, the right-hand side, come back down the other side, and go back up the middle. You know, yeah, up one side, down the other, up the middle, at least, you know, just to get as complete coverage as I can. But we're just going to drive this up the middle because it'll auto-complete for us. And I don't know. See, I know that when you finish these, right, it does that, but to what degree will it fix this? Will it fix where this is even more uneven because of the way that it's the manner with which it's been fixed? I don't know. Some parts of it showed complete when they were still just dirt because of the weird, in this whole weird situation here. Yeah, I've not had to fix one of these before. Let's just see what this ends up doing once we get all the green connected here. We're just about there. That road looked like a mess at the beginning, didn't it? When you compared the road to the overlay of where they wanted it, it looked like a mess. So here's what we're left with. The surface looks beautiful. Yeah, they pretty much just auto did the surface for us. The dirt is where it is, but the dirt looks okay. The dirt's a little thin on the inside of this turn here, where it simply wasn't poured as much. But hey, the road's fine. That's all that matters. The road's great. Well, guys, so that's fixing a road in like the worst case situation like we had. I'm going to continue on with work here. There's some routes I got to run. There's areas that need to be cleared out. Things like that. We're going to continue on here in Kernel. So far, the journey on the last map in the game has been really fun. They give us a new location, you know, in Scandinavia. They give us a new location, which is really beautiful, although it rains so much. I wish the sun was out more. But, yeah, and this road is fixed. So our road network now, which is extensive. The next place we're going to run the road network is, well, I got an objective over here, down over here. And I know this is going to need to be paved. This road right here that goes out there. I'm just going to go ahead and do what I've been doing. If I have to correct that one too, I'll correct that one too. I like being ahead on the road network. It's fun. We're just over paving this place. It's really cool, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Be sure to subscribe and follow along for more. Got more coming up here on the channel. Really appreciate it, guys. Thanks a lot. Let me know what you think down below, okay? Catch you guys later. Peace out.